Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking WWE 2K20, and we're talking about a brand which is close to my heart, NXT UK. Now in this video we're going to discuss superstars which should feature from the NXT UK brand in 2K20, and also about some additions if NXT UK is featured. Now before we get into it, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you stay up to date with all my WWE Games content. Now NXT UK is probably one of the most exciting brands under the WWE umbrella, with its hard-hitting strong style, and last year in WWE 2K19 we saw the introduction of two NXT UK talent, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. This year, I want to see more. I want to see more NXT UK talent featured in a WWE game. So I put together a top 5 NXT UK talent which I want to see featured in 2K20. And also as well, I've got some honourable mentions which I want to include because I think if NXT UK is featured as a brand in a WWE game, 2K should make it feel like it's a brand. And of course I'm only scratching the surface with my suggestion of a top 5. In reality, I hope there's more, and there will be more, because my top 5 doesn't feature Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. I've already classed them as in, and these will be more additions. So, who made my top 5? So in no particular order, but first and foremost, Trent Seven. Now it came as a surprise to many that Trent Seven didn't make the WWE 2K19 roster when Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate were announced. Of course, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven are part of Moustache Mountain, and Trent Seven plays a major part of British Strong Style. So it was a shock when all three were not announced in last year's game. But Trent Seven needs to feature in 2K20. He's played a major part as Moustache Mountain in the NXT UK Tag Team division. They are former NXT Tag Team champions, and they've had tremendous matches against the Undisputed Era. And of course at NXT TakeOver Blackpool, they challenged to become the first NXT UK Tag Team champions, but came up short against James Drake and Zach Gibson. Now I just mentioned the first NXT UK Tag Team champions. That was a piece of history for the NXT UK brand, so the tag team champions should be in James Drake and Zach Gibson. Now Zach Gibson had a tremendous singles run prior to teaming up with James Drake. He won the second United Kingdom Championship tournament where he faced Pete Dunne for the UK Championship. Shortly after coming so close to tasting UK Championship gold, Gibson teamed up with Drake and they became the first United Kingdom Tag Team Champions. Speaking of firsts, we have the first United Kingdom Champion with Pete Dunne. We have the first United Kingdom Tag Team Champions with Drake and Gibson. So we must have the first United Kingdom Women's Champion, and that's Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley won the inaugural UK Women's Championship tournament after going through Dakota Sky in the semi-finals and of course Toni Storm in the final. That victory came as a surprise to most, as many thought Toni Storm, the fan favourite, would be the first United Kingdom Women's Champion, but it was not to be. Rhea Ripley was crowned victorious. Now Rhea Ripley may have been the first Women's United Kingdom Champion, however it wasn't long before Toni Storm got her hands on the gold. And the fact that Toni Storm is so popular, it seems inevitable that she will be in a WWE game. On the 12th of January 2019 at NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool, Storm defeated Rhea Ripley to capture NXT UK Women's Championship gold. Surely it will be gold for Toni Storm to feature in WWE 2K20. And last, but by no means not least, we have the ring general and current NXT UK champion, Walter. It was Walter who ended the 685-day reign of the inaugural United Kingdom champion, the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne, at NXT TakeOver New York in a contest which I believe is match of the year. A 5-star match. The British strong style shining through between these two, and it was Walter who would knock off Pete Dunne, and since then everybody is talking about Walter. Everybody wants to play as Walter in a WWE game, and I for one want to recreate that epic contest between Pete Dunne and Walter in a WWE game. And that matchup was so popular, if you think about it, it was at NXT TakeOver New York, not even on an NXT UK show, but it received a standing ovation. The fans loved it, and Walter needs to be in. And you know why? Because I just want to slap the shit out of someone. Yep, no holding back. That's Walter down to a T. And the crowd at NXT TakeOver New York appreciated it just as much as an NXT UK crowd. That's how popular this matchup was. The excitement, the big fight feel, Pete Dunne and Walter didn't disappoint. So Walter, the NXT UK champion, must be in WWE 2K20. So that is my 5 picks for an NXT UK roster. Let me know yours in the comment section below. I'm not saying that there should just be 5, of course there won't be, because we'll have the inclusion of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and I expect more superstars to be featured than just the 5 anyway, because we've got some talent that floats over from NXT to NXT UK and NXT UK to NXT. So there is going to be more than just the standard 5, but these were the main players that I'd like to see in the next installment of the WWE Games franchise. Trent Seven to make up Moustache Mountain, Gibson and Drake, the current NXT UK Tag Team Champions, Rhea Ripley, the inaugural UK Women's Champion, Toni Storm, the current NXT Women's Champion, and of course, the Ring General and current NXT UK Champion, Walter. Now for some honourable mentions, because I feel if we're going to get NXT superstars, we need a little bit more to do with the brand. So first and foremost, I would like to see an NXT UK arena. I think that should be in the game, plus all the NXT UK championships. So that's tag team, women's and men's. That shouldn't be too much of a problem because we did get the UK championship in 2K19. So these should be expected from the offset. Of course, as well, in my 5, I mentioned the champions. So the champions can't be champions without the championships. I also think that we need to include the voice of NXT, or the voices of NXT UK. So that includes Sid Scala. He should be the voice of any entrances that are made in the NXT UK arena. And of course, on commentary, it should be Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph. So again, if you use the NXT arena, you get that unique and specific commentary, which makes it special to NXT UK. Now, an alternative, if 2K didn't want to get Vic Joseph, they could of course combine Mauro Ranallo, because my expectation is that Mauro Ranallo should be doing the commentary for NXT, and if they didn't want to request Vic Joseph to do commentary and just Nigel McGuinness, they could pair up Ranallo and McGuinness for NXT UK too. So there are some options, but I think if you're going to include the NXT UK brand, do it properly. Have it all inclusive. Have the commentary, have the ring announcer, have the championships, have the arena, and of course, have the superstars. Now, some people might say it's a bit far-fetched to get singular commentary just for one arena, but I don't think so. I think WWE have taken this approach to build an NXT brand, and I think we deserve the same in a WWE game. There are so many people out there that support NXT UK and NXT, and they prefer those brands to the main roster. And those fans will feel appeased if we get these two brands feeling like they are in WWE TV. So that includes the arena, the commentary, and of course the ring announcer. So what do you think? I want to get your views and opinions on this in the comments section below. What do you think about my 5? If you could pick 5 from the NXT UK roster, which 5 would you pick? And do you think it's likely, or would you like to see it, that we have the ring announcer from NXT UK and of course the commentary team? I've been saying for quite some time that it comes to a point with the WWE game that it shouldn't just be the same commentary team throughout a WWE game. We get Cole, we get Graves, and then we get one addition. There's always one that tends to change it up. This year I'd expect Renee Young to fill that void, but if they do that, I expect that just for the Raw brand. Again, I want it to be more specific, more like what's going on with WWE TV, because otherwise it does feel a little bit like it's half-assed and a bit of a cop-out. WWE have set up these brands, they've made them feel unique. It's about time we got that in a WWE game. So let me know your top 5, I want to hear that. I also want to hear from you what you think about the voiceover and the commentary aspects, and is there anything else from the NXT UK brand that you'd like to see in a WWE game? Of course, with the arena, it could just be a standard one, but you could have a few options as well. You could have, for example, the Royal Albert Hall as one NXT UK arena, then a different one. You could have alternatives. It really depends how far 2K want to go. It might also be a case that this becomes DLC, so it might not even make the original cut of the game. I honestly would be disappointed if it was DLC, because I think NXT UK is a main stable, a main part of WWE now, so to have to wait to get your hands on that, I'm not so keen on that. I think it should be in from the offset, even if it's just a few and then more additions come as part of the DLC packs. I think you should get something that starts off NXT UK. I reckon you'll get Dunne and Bate in the game from the offset, but then I think you need to have the arena too. So I want to get your views, let me know what you think. This has been my 5 for NXT UK, and also what I expect from a WWE game and 2K20 when it comes to NXT, the UK brand. That's my brand, that's where I'm from. So all that's left to be said is please rate, comment and subscribe. Make it happen, 2K. This is Delzinski signing out.